Meredith Gorman here in the PNC Bank Sports Corner, joined by our Nesson Patriots beat reporter Dakota Randall, who's in Green Bay right now as the Patriots have joint practices with the Packers ahead of their second preseason game. And Dakota, based on what I've seen out there today, it sounded like things got pretty chippy at practice.
Yeah, I mean, it was intense early and often. I don't know what clicked with the Patriots overnight, but this was a complete 180 from yesterday where, I thought the energy was fine yesterday. But this was, both teams showed up ready to go. And it was chippy from the start, especially on the side of the field that had the Packers offense and the Patriots defense. It seemed like they couldn't go more than one or two plays in a row without there being some sort of skirmish. The teams broke off and had full group meetings twice, maybe three times to sort of reset, but it just kept happening. We were down on one end watching the offense and you would just keep hearing on the other side, there was a fight around with the defense and it just kept going on. And then it bled over into the offense for the Patriots when they were facing the Packers defense. Cause and the other big story of the day, the Patriots offense had an excellent day. And I think the Packers defense got frustrated. They started getting chippy. I say the biggest sort of skirmish or dust up there was at one point a player for the Packers appeared to take a swing at Keon White during a punt return drill. And then Anthony Jennings for the Patriots ran from like 20 yards out, gave him a huge blindside hit, immediately got ejected. And it really never let up. It was that way early and often. Jabril Peppers was talking trash with Jair Alexander constantly. It was really good stuff.
Wow, and you mentioned that you said the Patriots had one of their best offensive days, or their best offensive day of practice that you've seen so far since training camp started. What do you see out there on that side of the ball?
Yeah, really. And listen, last year was my first training camp time covering a training camp. And obviously that was not a good one to cover because the Patriots were awful on offense. This is by far the best offensive practice I've ever seen them have since I got the job a couple of years ago. And really the story was Mac Jones. Bailey Zappi kind of scuffled a little bit, but Mac Jones was excellent. I had him for 14 out of 17, 5 sacks. Again, pressure was an issue, but no interceptions. Every time he got down to the red zone, he converted. He was decisive. He only had one bad throw in the day that I saw. And really, Bailey Zappi too, when he was down in the red zone, I think he converted touchdowns on all 6 of his opportunities. They were from short distance, but really, the Patriots offense took it to the Packers all day. I think the highlight of the day was towards the end of practice. There was this sequence where, the Patriots offense was out there for a 2-minute drill and Jabril Peppers was on the sideline watching, and Jair Alexander, the star cornerback for the Green Bay Packers, was sort of going over to get lined up, and he started talking a lot of trash to Peppers, and Peppers was giving it right back. Mike Pellegrino, the Patriots cornerbacks coach, told everybody to cut it out. And then seconds later, on the very next play, Mac Jones hit Devontae Parker for like a 50-yard touchdown. Patriots sideline empty and ran over to the end zone. It was a party in the end zone. Peppers was loud. He was fired up with Jones. And that was really the perfect way to end it for the Mac Jones offense. They were excellent all day. It was a statement day, and that was a sort of a statement way to end it.
All right, and when we saw training camp practices in Foxborough, a lot of the time it seemed like the defense was winning the day against the Patriots offense. But how did the Patriots defense look against the Packers offense?
Yeah, and real quick before that, I should also note that today we saw much more participation from Ezekiel Elliott. He was a full participant. He participated in 11-on-11 drills, caught some passes, took some handoffs, which was not the case yesterday. So he's really ramping up. But on defense, it wasn't perfect for the Patriots, but I think it was better than yesterday. I definitely think they won on that side of the ball today as well. Not as much pressure as we saw yesterday, but I thought Kyle Duggar had a great day. He had an interception. Jack Jones, a bit of a roller coaster, but more good than bad. I thought Keon White, who unfortunately looked like he got hurt towards the end, we'll talk about that in a bit. But when he was out there, especially against the Packers' second and third team offense, he was completely unguardable. He was dominant. He looked like he should be with the starting defense at all times. He was excellent. I thought Patriots D-backs were active and really made life difficult for the Packers offense. Again, Packers made some plays, mostly chunk plays, sort of big plays down the field. But between that, I think the Patriots defense was really good today. One of their better practices of the summer as well.
Just heard you say Keon White may have gotten banged up out there today. From an injury standpoint, what are we working with a couple days before the second preseason game?
Yeah, a few injury notes. Connor McDermott, offensive tackle, who left practice yesterday. He did not participate today. Patriots really can't afford to lose any more bodies on the offensive line, so we'll have to watch that. And then during practice, Tyquan Thornton, it was too bad. He made his best play of the summer by far. It was like a 45-yard pass from Mac Jones where Thornton kind of laid out. His teammates were really fired up, but it looked like he came down hard on his shoulder. He left the field. and he never came back. So we'll have to monitor that going forward. And Keon White got banged up, but he eventually got to his feet. He was standing on the sideline with his teammates, so it seemed like he's all right. But I mean, I'd be surprised if he plays in that preseason game. We'll have to find out. But yeah, a couple important Patriots players getting banged up, and we'll have to monitor that going forward.
All right, that's right. The Patriots' second preseason game set for Saturday. Thanks so much for your time, Dakota.
Thank you.
PNC Bank, helping to make banking easier.